Okay, we've got a knee up, we're getting comfortable, we are in the groove, we're doing this, and I can't turn around and back out of it anymore because it's me and I will.
Well, it's me. And I did. Hi, I'm Nathan, and this is me documenting my first 10 months on testosterone. I first realised I was transgender when I was 13 or 14, coming out to my parents around that time. However, society. Yeah, I remained closeted until I was 16 and then came out to my friends, legally changed my name in about 2020. When I turned 18, I got myself onto the waiting list of a private clinic in London called the London Transgender Clinic, now split into the London Transgender Clinic and the London Hormone Clinic. Was initially told the wait time for anything would be about a year, but luckily in February I got my diagnosis of gender dysphoria, and in the June I had my first online consultation for hormones. Thanks to things I couldn't stop, I had to push my in-person consultation till September.
Tomorrow, I'm getting up at 7 a.m. for a 9 a.m. appointment at the London Transgender Clinic down on Wimpole Street, which is that way, if I remember correctly. I'm not getting hormones. I know I'm not, because someone messed up my blood tests. Not the GP, but they had to send it off somewhere. So I know I'm not getting them. But it's still a step forward, isn't it?
I filmed this so many times. I was so nervous. I think there's about there's a couple, maybe 5-10 minute video of me just touring the little travel lodge I was in, going, wow, look at how good the London stuff is. But then I also found this clip.
Which one's hot? Which one's cold? Does it tell you? Does it tell you? Because I'm from the north, we do things different up there. We do things so different up there. You know, our taps, they have signs.
I wanted to put that in. I just wanted to put that in because it definitely shows you how nervous I was.
It was a half an hour, 45-minute appointment with them, just talking through everything, taking a few measurements like blood pressure. They have a weird machine that you put your hands on and your feet on, and it measured everything for you. Don't know how it worked. It was scary, but I love it because it made everything so much easier. And we just talked through everything, signed a lot of consent forms and waivers and things. And yeah, I'm all set. The second I get my bloods done, I'm set.
Anyway, after that appointment, I was meant to start, but I think, as I said, I wasn't getting hormones because I had some issues with blood tests. But the second I got those blood tests in, I was given a prescription for Testogel, and before I even turned 19, I was starting my hormones. So it was less than a year. I'm really happy. This is the part that I actually wanted to talk about, which is the changes and things that I felt, because I know there are a lot of trans youth who are like, do I want to go through with it? Don't I want to go through with it? So you don't have to go through with it. That's it's a non-issue. My first month on hormones, I will insert a picture here of what I look like then. It was weird, my first month, because nothing really happened. I wasn't expecting it to. I'd seen a lot of transition timelines online, so I wasn't really expecting anything. But it was something in my brain, it was my mental state that actually changed in that first month. I don't know whether or not it was like the alleviation of the dysphoria or the fact that it was like, oh yeah, now you've got male hormones, you're gonna act like a dude and go all macho or whatever the stereotype is now. But yeah, I felt a lot more confident. I was a lot more willing to take risks. I did things in that first month that pretty I just would have gone, nah, I'm backing out. I'm good. It was genuinely quite an affirming thing, especially since it was my first month, first term in university as well, so I was completely by myself. Month 2 is when I started noticing my voice changing. It wasn't much, definitely not much, but I noticed my throat starting to hurt, and I went all croaky. And I'm a bit of a singer. I wouldn't call myself amazing, but the way I noticed was I couldn't get to the high notes that I used to be able to, and I definitely can't now. So, there wasn't much in the second month either, but it was a little bit for me to notice, and I got so excited. Sometime around month 3 and 4, the how do I say this without getting dysphoric? It's a bit of a point for me. I can't really talk about it, but the time of the month kind of stopped. It relaxed. I can still get the cramps. I still get the emotional imbalances, but the actual act itself just kind of went away, and I haven't really had it since. I also started noticing the fat redistribution. So things that were on my weight that was on my hips has kind of moved up into my waist and kind of sleeked me out a bit, which is good. Also, I firmly believe my shoulders got wider, but I have no way of proving that because I didn't measure them beforehand, and I don't think it's a thing, but it genuinely feels like a thing. Also, a lot happened between month 3 and 4, and I can't really separate them. So I also noticed that, and the amount of hair on my arms, on my legs, got thicker, and the texture of my skin changed. People don't realize that's a thing. My skin was a lot softer before hormones, and now I'm just rubbing my arms and looking like a weirdo, but it definitely kind of got a little rougher. I was never expecting that. Month 5 was the beginning of the acne bit, the bit that no one likes. No one likes the acne. But it's actually the start of hair growing in around here and, getting your beard. So I did also get some hairs on my chin growing. Whenever I was bored, I would just subconsciously go to here and just start pulling on the 6 hairs I had. It got to a point where I had to kind of shave them off because they looked a bit weird. But I used to sit there. Someone would ask me something, and I'd just go, "Not on the hairs on your chinny chin chin." I think I sent that video to my sister a couple of times. Month 6, I had another appointment with a hormone clinic. We talked through some blood tests that I'd done and some of the actual physical things that I was experiencing and my mental state, all that. And it was decided I was going to stay on the Testosterone until my year checkup, which is in a few months, if I remember correctly. I'm happy with that. Most people would want to move up or carry on or just completely stop, depending on what they want, which is all fine. I'm happy with where I am because I think everything's quite stable. I haven't had any massive issues. Since then, I think the effects are still happening. I haven't been really able to document it as much because it's all quite similar now. Everything's kind of happening at such a steady rate that I can't really tell that anything's happening until I take a picture of myself and go, "Huh, your jawline's changed," which has happened recently. I think the one thing is I'm taking care of the acne as best I can. It's very much down here, so I feel like I might get a goatee before I get full, which I think is very funny. I think the reason I'm doing this now, rather than at the year mark, is probably because I recently got a confirmation of my first top surgery consultation, once again at the London Transgender Clinic. I don't know. This is to the people that actually know me rather than anyone who stumbles across this, and I'm sorry for that. Well, I'm sorry that you found me. I don't know how many of you realize how much my chest bothers me. It's hard to like find binders that work, and there are basically no alternatives because of my size. I have to find shirts that will like kind of lay flat, and it's really difficult to find things like that. Which is why whenever you see me, I'm just wearing about 8 different hoodies. And it's not a style thing, it's not a comfort thing, because usually I'm very fucking warm. But I'm just waiting for the day that all of it's gone, and that day is going to be sooner than I expected. I think I'm probably going to discuss it or document it later on, like the way I meant to do this, just because now I've started, I kind of want to at least keep a document for myself, and if I got to do it in video form, I'll do it in video form, because I like video editing, and no one's seen my short film from A-level, and I really like it. Sorry, that's not staying in. I'm going to leave you with this timeline that I put up on my Instagram the other day, so most people have already seen it. Just to clarify, I don't think I mentioned it's not month on month, because I started roughly when I did all of these videos before this, and then once again, as I said, I kind of forgot, and there are just some months where I just didn't have videos. So my big mark, which I would say is the months 5 and 6, or 6 to 7, I have nothing. So I'm sorry about that. Thank you for watching if you made it this far, because I don't think people will, because I'm a very boring person. And if you know me in real life, no you don't. Bye.
Only I would be able to sneeze and cut my finger.
Okay, so I very nearly passed out. And very nearly threw up.
Not gonna lie, I don't think my voice has changed yet, so you've got to deal with this. I did just go deeper.
Because I did a dumb thing when I went and bought bleach and I went to HMV. So now I've got this.
It's 5 a.m, I can't speak. Mental breakdown time.
There's like 4 lines in that. So
Well then, I'll do the Darth Sidious thing and just... Why did the back of my hair has washed out? I realised half of these I do not have anything for, and I just didn't take videos of myself at that point, but here's me at 10 months? Yeah, 10 months.